my name's Kennedy Gustafson. I'm 9 years old and I'm going to do the champagne challenge.
So let's go.
Let's go.
You want me to hold the axe, buddy? Okay. What are we looking for? We're looking for what? Oh, there's a water bottle. Oh, there's some. Hey, look at that. It's a nice day here in Michigan. So I decided that instead of me doing the challenge, I'm gonna let Kennedy go do the. Man. All right, I think for what we're gonna do, that'll be enough.
Yeah. We need to locate some sand, rocks, and we have coal in the fire. Here we are, and we're gonna collect some sand.
Think we need more, or is that going to be enough? Okay. That's going to be plenty.
Yep, should be plenty.
Okay, so next we need what?
Rocks.
Perfect.
You don't want rocks to mix, so we're going to roll it like this.
And how are we going to find carbon? What's carbon?
Carbon is like coal.
Okay. Okay. So where do you find that at?
Right here.
From the old fire pit. Perfect. All right.
You don't own a blind horse, you should. Now we've got our sand, stones, and carbon.
So let's make our filter.
So let's make our filter. Now we're going to cut off the spring at the bottom.
Try stabbing it once. There you go. Go the other way. Turn it around. There you go. Perfect. And then now what are we going to do?
Now we're going to stab a hole.
Be careful. Watch your fingers. Keep going. Keep twisting it. It'll go through. Keep going. It's going to be tough, huh? It's a beautiful day here. There you go. It's through. Perfect. All right.
We're going to start with our cotton pad and we're going to put it down into the bottom.
Get your stick, you can kind of. Let me find it. I'll find the stick for it. Here, use the end of that. That looks good.
Now we're going to take a handful of this.
What's that called?
Carbon.
Yeah. Well, I put a little bit more carbon in there. I'd put what you got. There you go. Keep going. There you go. Okay. what's next?
Now we're gonna open it up. There's a rock.
That's perfect. Now what's next?
Open it up. And there's sand.
We were trying to find some drier sand. This is kind of some darker, moist sand, but I think we can flush it. It'll be all right. I think that's probably good. Okay, don't pack it. Just leave it loose. So we're gonna kind of shake it like that, get it all settled in there. Don't shake it too much. Now hold up. Why don't you hold it up so we can see what you got here? So we got, what is this?
Cotton pad.
What's next?
And, coal.
Carbon, coal. And then what's between that?
Rock.
And then what's on the top?
Sand.
Okay, perfect.
Abraham Butts ain't got anything on me. No.
Go ahead and fill it all the way up. There you go.
Like that.
Hold it up so we can see it. A little on the tan side. All right, let's go back over to the filter.
As you see it coming out here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna flush the
Filter.
filter.
Yeah. It's gonna be kind of dark and nasty for a little while, so go ahead and dump that all in there. Okay, just gonna kind of drip out. I'm gonna pause it here a minute. I might have to make the hole a little bit bigger. Hold tight.
Says go big or go home.
Say it one more time, sorry.
Now the filter's flushed out.
And we're going to use this bandana a little bit because some of our sand did wash through, so that's probably a pretty common thing that the sand will flush through, but it's actually working pretty good. Still a little cloudy, but then looks like a little sand got in there. Oh, and an ant. So that's going to be our water. We're going to boil that. We're going to make sure we boil it really good. And then we'll be back with you. Right?
Yep. Now let's get our fire started on our Swiss volcanoes.
Nope, you're going to go down here. I'll hold it. You gotta go hard. You gotta push a little harder. Here, I'll hold the rod. Oh, here, actually, you hold the rod, and I'll give you a little pressure. Okay, I gotta try to do this with the phone. Hold on. Good job, bud. So now we gotta get this fire going. Get some flames coming out. So what's the purpose of the fire? What does the fire do?
It's gonna boil the water to
Yep.
make it hot.
Yep. And what happens when you boil water?
It makes the water hot
And it kills
and it kills all the germs.
all the bacteria and the bad stuff, most of it. So anyhow, so we got our rocket stove is rocketing. If you gotta get out of the way, that's fine, buddy. Let's find us a few more little sticks if you could, bud. We're gonna have to feed it a little. Get some coal and some flames going in here. I love these stoves. This is my second or third one I've had. Let's let it catch up a little bit. Keep going. And then that cup is going to just nest right on the top. It's a really nice setup here. I really like them. But you can see down in there, it's going pretty good. So we're going to let this get some coals in the bottom, and we'll get our cup on there. We'll get some fire or some water boiling.
Now here we're going to start boiling this water.
I think I got a couple little mint leaves. I'm going to go grab them real quick. I'll be right back, okay? I had some mint. So we're just going to let that boil. Got little bubbles. We want it to do a rapid boil, so make sure all of that dirt and stuff is not going to get us a tummy ache today. But we will be back.
We have small bubbles, but we're gonna wait till we get big bubbles, and then I think it might be ready. I think it's ready.
Yep, I do too. Alright, we're gonna let it roll like that for about 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna pull it off, let it cool off, and we're gonna have a little sip, and I think that'll be the end of our challenge here. Nice.
It's nice and perfect, nice and bubbly.
Yeah. Still got a little discoloration to it. Smells minty, so I'm gonna set this over here, let it cool off, right? So we can. It's one bad thing about metal containers. It's.
See, told you it was good.
We're gonna set it right there and let it cool off. We're just hanging out here at the shelter, doing some bushcraft stuff, and this is a pretty fun challenge, don't you think, Kennedy?
Yep.
And she's a Girl Scout, so this is also gonna give her a couple different patches. One of them is a Dad and Daughter Day, and the other one, I think if I can find the right patch, we could do a water challenge patch for her. So she's actually gonna earn 3 patches off of this. I'm pretty proud of her. And do you have anything to say to the group, Kennedy, before we let this cool off, and then we'll take a sip and we'll see what it tastes like? Do you have anything to say to them? No? Well, I wanted to take a little bit of a different approach to the challenge. I know I could have done it, definitely. But I believe it's a great thing to get your kids out and do some of these challenges also. I know a few of us have kids, you know, preteen age, and it's a lot better for them than sitting around playing video games and all that, you know. So I just had my little buddy Kennedy out here, and she's a little bushcraft warrior, and she's also my second in charge of my Michigan wildfire tinder kits. She processes a lot of the tinder down for me and helps me pack up the packages, so it's definitely very important to me in my life. Give it a try first, because I don't want her drinking anything if I'm gonna keel over. So anyhow, it's cool enough for her to drink, so It actually is really good. Want to try some? You gotta hold it there, and the bottom is gonna be dirty, so. What do you think?
Good.
So if you were lost in the woods, could you figure out how to make something like that if you had no good clean water?
Mm-hmm.
The most important part is the boiling of it, and you don't want to, you know, just drink from the pond. I mean, we have algae in that pond. I mean, you probably don't want to consume a huge amount of it, but if you were really thirsty, really thirsty, and there was no way that you thought you were ever going to be able to get out of the woods without drinking that water, that would be a way to do it. Now, most likely you're not going to have all of the necessities that you need to be able to do that in the wild. You might have to improvise.
Yeah.
You know, so you might have to take that bandana off and use that bandana to filter your water.
Mm-hmm.
And it might only get so good. It might be like drinking mud. We got ours okay, but you can still see there's still a little discoloration in there. We had a good rolling boil, so I'm not too worried about it, but that spearmint makes it taste pretty good. Want one more little sip? So anyhow, thanks guys. Thanks James for the challenge. It was fun. We'll be posting a new one here soon. Kennedy definitely I think earned her patch today, so anyhow.
Go big or go home. Booyah!